All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, there's a lot of reports out there that USA has bombed Iran. We really won't know, right? Did this really happen? I don't know. It was pretty windy out this afternoon here, you know. And if it's true, then yeah, probably um, them blast probably caused this shockwave and wind all the way across around the world. That's what people don't realize is, folks, this war can happen on the other side of the world, but with the jet stream, America is going to suffer from this, especially if there's any radiation or anything leaking from Iran uh, into the atmosphere. It will make its way over here. So, no, like I told you, nobody wins in nuclear war. So, is it true? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't have that kind of intel. For one, if it did happen, do you really think they would talk about it this fast? I don't think so. And that's what fake social media will do. It will cause World War III. Uh, and I would just hunker down and wait and see if the reports are true. I hope not. I mean, why would he tell them they had 2 weeks to get a hold of them? The whole day they've been talking, and then this happens. I don't know. But there's also a thing called psychological war. That's where they're trying to make people think something happened so they can force the opponent into making a move. So then they can say, "Aha! They struck us. Now we get to go to war." Ah, so we really won't know yet. If that was the case, I think it was a bad call because now these people are really going to hate us. And these people did so much damage throughout the world without nuclear devices, without a lot of things. So I imagine it's just going to get worse. We hope that's just psychological warfare games that they're playing, or it very well could be possibly they're coming out with this before it happens to see what kind of polls and what people would say if Trump decided to do that. So this could be all like a dry run just to get polling to see what would the people support this, or if this happened, would they back out? All right, hold on a minute, folks. We're talking about what's up. We're talking, hey, Kel, we're talking about whether this is real, the information we're getting, or if it was psychological mind games, which we play a lot in the military, or if this was actually just Israel that, Israel has their own nuclear capabilities. Uh, and there are news channels now coming out saying that Israel struck them. So I don't know if, would Trump do something like that? I don't know. No one will trust him again. No one will trust America, right? If he gave them 2 weeks to contact them, he said he'd make a decision in 2 weeks, and then does something like this before then that's showing the world that, well, he's not we can't trust him, right? So I don't know. This might be a very bad thing if it did happen. Yeah, that's why a lot of us were thinking just stay out of it. If it gets too crazy, we might be able to cut a deal with Iran. We could use the oil and other resources, and that would have got our foot inside that area. But now all the countries now are coming out saying, if it's true and they did do that, then phew, not good. I imagine we'll be paying for this for a while, and we just didn't need war right now. I could think of a lot of other things we could be spending our money on in our own country. No, he didn't. He just warned them right now. So, like I said, there ain't nobody gonna trust America. This ain't gonna turn out good. It just ain't gonna turn out too good. That's all I'm saying. They think, well, they're gonna bomb their nukes and they're gonna bomb their facilities and the war is gonna be over. It's obvious you folks don't know Iran. They've been surviving in that whole area. The only ones without nuclear capability. Everyone around them's got nukes. Well, I'm not sure what's going on. And like I said, I don't know. I'm kind of shocked. Just this morning, he was saying he was talking to him, and then they go and do that. It could be war strategies, right? But you have to think if it's war strategy, uh, these other countries now are going to say he's unstable, right? He don't want peace. He wants war, and yeah, it's just crazy. No, I'm not doing anything. I'm not playing with you guys no more. You haven't figured out I'm not going nowhere. I don't know what's wrong. Oh wait, what did they say? The Muslims are freaking problems too. I don't know. I don't know. None of these people. I've never had a problem with any of these people, so I couldn't tell you. I don't live there, so I don't know what it's like. I mean, I know we have Muslims here, but you know, it's kind of different than over there. I'm not sure. I really don't know. Yeah, yeah, you're forced. No, no, your asses are. You're in it, and there ain't no way out of it. No, if it's true, if it's true. But I know Mr. Trump has been talking to us about social media is the cause of most of our troubles in America. And that would go to this fake ass shit news. Right? for one, you think Trump would have came out and said, we are going to bomb them, right? And let the American people know we're going into war. You know, he would have went in front of Congress or talked to Congress and stuff and said, we're going in. But see, you're not going to win this war because in order to win a war against Iran, you're going to have boots on the ground. And he ain't prepared to put the boots on the ground. He's already said that numerous times. We're not putting boots on. You're not going to win the war then. And it's just going to be like Vietnam. It's going to be like Desert Storm. It's going to be like so many of these wars where we got sucked into it and we didn't win the war. The mission was accomplished, but we didn't win it. Yeah, I don't know. Well, most of you folks are chipped, so you'll probably be going crazy here soon because most of you were inoculated with a chip. And the whole CD thing. So you guys will be going crazy anyway soon. So it was all part of the plan, the war matrix. Sometimes you don't want your enemies to really know how much military tech we have. You ain't got much. You ain't got much. Like I said, we let you believe what we wanted you to believe. We knew there was moles inside. We knew that it would come out that we were trying to do something. And Trump also knew that social media would cause World War III. And he said that numerous times. And already there are people we got reports. Well, how are you getting them reports? Because I haven't seen Trump on national TV saying we bombed Iran and that's the problem we got. And, you know, who knows? But you know what? Welcome to World War III, folks. Get your popcorn. Thank God I went to the store and got some chips. Because the shit show is going to fly. And if it's true, they did hit that nuclear facility out there with all the nuclear weapons that they had, that Iran had, then that's the earthquake that we felt. And that's why it was so windy this afternoon. So, yeah, but see, that's the thing. Now she's leaking. And now you're going to have to cap that sucker. So I would suggest Iran or America now get on the ball of how you're going to stop that radiation from leaking into the atmosphere. And you might have to do a Chernobyl thing and build one of them massive buildings over the bunker because, you know, it's already leaking. I don't know, but now you got to concentrate, Kelp, on capping it. It's leaking massive amounts. They had all their weapon and nuclear stuff stored there. I told you, nobody wins a nuclear war. Even if they didn't explode, it's leaking radiation. And it's the same thing that happened to Russia just a couple months ago when they hit their 102 nuclear weapons were there, and Zelensky went ahead and hit it with a drone, and now they're saying the sucker's leaking radiation like crazy. So, yeah, nobody wins. And if you know anything about radiation, it can travel thousands of miles. And then how does it come down? It gets caught up in the jet stream. Eventually, it'll make it over here to America. And it'll rain down, though, in like rain or whatever. Radioactive rain. Yeah, we already went into it. So they're stuck into it now. Now you will be cleaning up the mess, and you will have to now support everything over there. I can tell you what, they'll be living like kings over there for a long time off the American money's people. Or American people's money. They're in it now. They're stuck. And you'll probably see a lot of people pull out now the polls. We didn't need a war right now. But why that happened over there, one of the biggest hits in America history happened here in America today. See, like I said, that Trojan horse works like a mofo. And psychological war works like a mofo on these people in America. Those people will cause problems. It ain't my problem. I didn't drop the bomb on them. Thank God they know that. But yes, you are right, Kelt. No matter what, America will be retaliated against, and American people and everyone else. And there's already talk of the other countries now saying he's unstable and he's back in Israel and yada, yada, yada. We're just a puppet for Israel. And so they're in it. Now there ain't no way out of it if it's true and not fake news. Right? If it's real and not fake news. Nah, I don't know, but I can tell you this much. Hello, Miss ATS. How you doing? Boom. Yeah, it was a bomb, big one, huh? We can feel it all the way over here. Right? We can feel it all the way over here. But like I said, this whole war thing is a mofo, right? As they got hit there, America got hit the east side, right? I don't know. Hey, it's a yin and a yang. One of the biggest hits ever. So, yeah, it's crazy, ain't it? Now, I wonder why the government had all them drones flying on the East Coast. They said they were sniffing for chemicals or radioactive materials or whatever, but I think that was a lie too. Yes, we had fallout from Hiroshima bomb all the way into America. People don't know science. We had radiation all the way halfway across America from the nuclear power plant that exploded over there when they had that massive storm and the reactor melted down over there and exploded. Yeah, with radiation all the way over here in America from that. And that's true. I think last time I checked, they were still picking up pieces that were floating from Japan over to here. And it was debris from the nuclear plant, and it was radioactive. So nobody wins in nuclear war. I tried to explain that to people. Even though we didn't get hit here, we will see the effects of the radiation all over the world. I wouldn't doubt it if our temperature drops. We were supposed to have a hot week. This whole week, I think, was supposed to be hot and humid. But watch, I bet you the weather changes. Radiation will do that. It'll change the atmosphere. On a side note, I may have solved a Jane Doe. Gen X, we know that. Well, Johnny, all those years of worrying about the bomb dropping, I'm not worried about it. I told you, nuclear devices are baby shit these days. China's working on something new that's just as deadly as a nuclear weapon. And nuclear weapons are a weapon of the past. So I wouldn't go believe in everything yet until it's 100%. You know, Trump is so smart. He knows Israel was going to strike him because Israel and them other countries over there have nuclear capabilities. So what could Trump have done? Well, Trump could have played psychological war with the American people and let them know, hey, we sent two B-52 bombers or stealth bombers over there. Yeah, yeah, we could have sent them somewhere on a flight. Uh, where? Who knows? As Israel and the rest of them hit Iran, and then Trump takes the he takes the credit for it. Is it possible? It sure the heck is. It sure is. Like I said, this all could be psychological warfare against social media. It also could be numerous things. When he gets on TV and says they struck Iran, and now the war has just begun. You folks think it's over with, but it ain't over. It's far from over, folks. Get used to being poor because this is going to be one of them wars where we're sucked into it for a long time. Be another Vietnam, another Desert Storm. We're going to be in there for a while. Oh, so it was the Hansons that were killing them broads, huh? Kelt said she was the last Hanson victim up in Alaska. Oh my God. So how many did they kill? Oh, geez. Well, I know they're digging up in Indiana, Kel. 30 bodies found in Indiana, down south. They said it's some kind of either a gang, a serial killer, a group of serial killers, or some kind of a organization or whatever, and they used that property for dumping bodies. Oh, it was Robert Hanson's. Oh boy. Well, mainly down south where all the shit was going on with the Masons, Odins, and all these bikers and stuff. So it was mainly down south where all them bodies were. And that's where they're finding a lot of these kids and stuff on the side of the road in Indiana. No, we're not worried about it. I ain't looking into it. This has been going on for years, Kel, out here. That's why there's so many bodies there. They found 36, I think, or over 4,000 bones, and they found 36 or something like that, full bone skeletons, but they really don't know how many bodies are actually on the property. I think they were actually asking people to go out there and help dig or whatever, but well, come on to Indiana and get yourself some. We've been stomping ass all over the place there. They even tried to bring in the military down there. Like, you're going to have to fucking nuke us. We ain't backing down. I cleaned. I was outside for a while doing stuff outside. I cleaned. Probably got hit with all kinds of devices or whatever. Probably radiation. Probably radiation. They're pretty much saying it's a town or something. Whole town's corrupt or Indiana or whatever. I don't think these people should ever have any biological weapons again or any. I mean, it won't stop them. It won't stop them. They'll just learn how to make it themselves. They'll go out into the woods and get a bunch of deer poop and process it down and get the anthrax out of the deer poop. You're not going to stop them. You'd have to nuke them. And ricin, all they'll do is go to the grocery store and buy a bunch of castor beans, and they'll refine it themselves and get the ricin out of the beans. I'm telling you, you're gonna have to nuke them down there. You ain't gonna stop them. You know, you're not gonna stop them just by Trump coming to Indiana. He didn't even spend enough time there. He came in, looked around, he's like, "Yeah, we're out of here. I'm busy." I think he probably did the right thing. Boot scooper. They ain't changing nothing. Same old crap. Just a different day, right? When the boss is in town, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. As soon as he jumped on that plane and left, it was right back to the same shit. And Trump's saying that on TV. I told these people to do something this way, and I left. And they didn't do what I told them to do. And they should have done what I told them to do. But they didn't. And Trump is saying that to you folks to let you know that it's gone. It's too far out of control. They're not taking orders. They're telling them yes, sir. But as soon as he jumps on the plane, it's right back to the same old show, same old song and dance. And Trump's telling people that on TV. He's telling you, well, they should have already done that. I told them that, but they didn't. They should have already done this in California, but they didn't, right? Because they told you that, but as soon as you got on the plane and you ain't there to make sure it gets done, President Trump, these people just say, oh, yeah, we did it. And it's obvious they lied to you, sir, because they didn't do everything they told you to do. I don't know. I have no idea if Trump's talking right now. I'm not paying any attention to it. I ain't getting wrapped up into it because I can already hear what they're going to be saying. Did you vote for this? No. I wish they would have let us voted. But I don't think we should be going to war with anybody unless it's 100%. We have to do it to save our citizens. And I didn't see a threat over there. I don't see a threat with all these countries at a war. I think we should back out of it and concentrate on spending money on our children, our highways, our buildings. You know, these buildings, these skyscrapers, they're not going to last forever, folks. Especially with the way the Earth's changing, they're not going to last forever. They're already breaking down. Right? I mean, you have to remember these buildings were built in the 20s and 30s. These skyscrapers, 40s or whatever, a long, long time ago. And after so long, concrete and steel starts deteriorating. It starts breaking down over time, over the years with pressure and weather, and it breaks down. I imagine them will be falling soon in the cities. Our infrastructures are crumbling. Oh yeah, it's. I wish I can tell you folks the truth, but we're in bad shape, and it's going to be a lot worse. And like I said, you can't get to it fast enough, right? You can't get to it fast enough. I wish we could, but there's no way. Why? We've lost unity to work as a unit in America. It'll take double the time probably and double the money. We should have started on it a long time ago. These people in Japan and China are smart. They put sensors in the sidewalks and everywhere in the cities and the neighborhoods. And all these people do is walk. And what does it do? It creates effing energy, free energy. Everywhere they step in the city, it's on a sensor pad. And it sends a jolt of electricity. It creates a jolt of electricity, and it's stored in batteries and stuff. Intelligent, very intelligent people. And we are so far behind. No, I'm too old. I'm too old to enlist. I can't do it. I wish I could. If I was in my 30s. But they don't let people in with brain injuries. I could have passed the test. I was in great shape. I could have passed the physical test. It was the mental test I couldn't. I mean, don't get me wrong. If we get invaded, I'll still be out there helping our fellow men and countrymen. If we ever were invaded, which we're being invaded right now, people say, "Oh, you're crazy." Huh? No. Yo, Valdez. No, I tried Valdez to enlist when I was younger, but like I said, I just didn't have the brains for it. I had the body for it, didn't have the brains for it. After my accident and everything, I was never the same. Or I would have enlisted. I would have. But I want you people to know that you can help your government without enlisting by updating them, by contacting your local government agencies, by contacting your Pentagon and letting them know, hey, these guys just wiped out 50 people on the street. Right? There's other ways you can help. You can also donate money and stuff like that. Yeah, well, most of the World War II guys were just midgets. I'm not lying. Most of the guys that were in the military back then were small dudes. Uh, Small, linky dudes. Vietnam and stuff like that. We've seen that. You think you had these big giant dudes, and they weren't. They were farmers. They were just family men. They were workers and stuff like that. Majority of them were just small dudes. And the military loved that. Why? Well, because they're small. They can get into areas where these bigger guys can't. Most of these guys were tunnel guys when we were in Vietnam and over in the Philippine War and all that stuff, man. So they love these little guys because them little guys can get everywhere. Now you get one of these 6 foot, 250-pound guys, they're not going to be able to go inside of a little tiny tunnel and maneuver efficiently, if something did break out. So they loved us little guys. Send the little guy in the hole. And most of your Purple Heart guys were just small dudes, 5'6", 5'7" dudes. No joke. You look at them, it's Purple Heart. What'd you do? I attacked the whole squadron with a flamethrower. You're only 5'3". I know, but I was trained and I was a badass. 5'3". I was 100 pounds of whooping ass all day long. I was like, this is unreal. But they were tough dudes. Everyone has bone spurs now. I got cytinitis of the caucus, so I can't go in. There's no way they'll let me in. And that's a disability. So there's no way that would let me in. Ain't no way they let me in there. But it ain't over, folks. Just because you drop a couple bombs on a country don't mean that the war's over. That's not the way Iran works. Right now we'll have everybody pissed off, probably Russia, China. I don't believe it's so. I think it's probably propaganda, which we're seeing a lot. I swear they're trying to turn Trump into the next Hitler. They are constantly on social media replaying the same speech over and over and over again. It's been 6 months and they've been the same speech over and over again. And I only seen that in dictatorship countries or with Hitler. The propaganda Hitler ran every single day that they're winning the war and, America can't defeat them. And every day they ran that in Germany. It's a young man's war. I'm too old. I'm in my they cut people off from the military. I think at 52. I think it's 52 or something like that, or 54. There's no way I can go. But there's other ways I can contribute to help my country and support them. Now, like I said, if we're invaded and we got guys parachuting out of the sky from another country, then you probably will see a lot of us civilians out there fighting a war. But other than that, probably not. I'm too old. I just hope they know what they're doing. Be prepared for the gas prices to go up in food and everything else. Why? Because that's what happens when you're at war. That's how they make their money. We're at war. Raise the prices on everything. And that's exactly what's going to happen, folks. I mean, it happens all the time. So be prepared. Be prepared for prices to skyrocket again. Imagine the stocks will drop and everything will go crazy. But just dropping a couple bombs ain't winning a war. So we'll have to wait and see. But we're ready. If they come up this way, we'll hit them. I don't think they will. I haven't seen any Iranians around here lately. I mean, I'm sorry, but there just ain't too many. Live in Indiana. It's the cornbread uh, state or whatever. Let me just say, the white man runs it up here. I don't think I'll be seeing any Iranians around. And if you have cameras and you have computers and stuff like that, that will be messing up too. Right? Radiation is a mofo on things. It really is. And like I said, a lot of people don't know science. They don't know weather, jet streams. That radiation dispersed up into the atmosphere, right? And it's got to go somewhere. What is it? What happens? The radiation gets trapped in molecules and dirt particles and everything. Then what happens? Well, then it starts raining. And when it rains, them chemicals combine and they form a droplet. And inside that droplet is radiation, contaminated material, chemicals, whatever. And it rains down uh, upon the earth, not in snow. That's different. That's a different radiation fallout, right? That's the Hiroshima bomb. That was a different kind of radiation bomb. These the radiation disperses, but it goes into the atmosphere, and when it gets clogged up in the clouds and the dirt and the molecules and everything in the air. When it rains, it comes down in the rain. Nobody wins in nuclear war. Even the effing computers, military computers, at the end of it all, when it was all ran, said nobody won. Even America lost. Why? Because radiation dispersed. And even though you're on 3,000 miles away, it don't disperse enough. These people are like, well, it'll disperse very fast. No, yeah, really? How long has it been since Chernobyl? You got fish. How long has it been with double heads and frogs with three eyes? And how long has it been? And it's still, they said, not safe to live there. So don't tell me, well, it'll dissipate within 6 months or bullcrap. That's not the way radiation works. Nobody wins in nuclear war. You folks don't need to hear it, but I'm just telling them the truth. They think it's all over with. It's all over. They bombed it. It ain't over. Far from over. I wish it was over. I hope Trump gets on the news tonight if it was true and says it's over with and we're out of there. It's done. It's over with. We're not getting involved. All right. That sounds good to me. I'm with you. We are not putting boots on the ground. I'm there. I hear you. I hear you. I'm with you right there. We're not putting boots on the ground. We put boots on the ground, then we're in it, and we won't be able to get out of it. It'll take too long to get out of it. By then, America will be done, sucked up, resources, weaponry, everything, and that's part of this big, massive plan to use America's resources, our weapons, our armor, uh, our bombs, our things, and eventually we can't build it fast enough. And then comes a day where they come knocking on the door of the Pentagon and say, guess what? We just ain't got no more ammo. Right? And we're already going through that. We're already going through that. We can't build them fast enough. Let me see what Debbie Fox is saying. Good evening, Miss Debbie Fox. We're talking about stuff here. Oh, yeah, I should tell you anything because I am a woman. What? What is she saying now? Pentagon has news and President live in 3 minutes. Good. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if he really did drop them. Hopefully, we're not putting boots on the ground. I hope we don't get sucked into this. I really don't. I hope we don't get sucked into it. Maybe edited me because I said the pew pew word. Nah, there ain't nobody editing you here. That's funny. One of my comments doesn't show. I don't know. Maybe I have it on chat summary. Maybe I didn't take it off chat summary when I started. I don't know anything. He did, but I am a woman. What is she talking about? What does you having being a woman about anything? I don't know anything. I know you know how to drive people nuts. I know that. Like I said, either he dropped the bomb and he he gave the okay and he didn't wait the 2 weeks, and there's repercussions of that because then other countries will say, well, right, you what happened, you were supposed to give him 2 weeks and you didn't. Johnny is jealous because I know more than him about this war. I'm not jealous. What are you talking about? You be nice to Miss Debbie. What are they talking about? Well, I can solve this problem real quick. I'm going to solve this problem real quick. There you go. It's a lot peaceful in here now. Yeah, don't ever come into my chat trying to take over, hold me hostage. How dare you? Anybody else want some? Where's Miss ATS News? She's the only smart one. She got out quick. I think you guys should curb your words with me. Killed back already. What did you do? I timed yous out for 10 seconds. You want some more? Oh my God. What is. Let's show these messages. Trump is live in 4 minutes and news from Pentagon. All right, Miss Debbie. Oh, yeah. I should tell you everything because I'm in. I don't know what she thinks. Women are very smart. I don't know what she's trying to say here. I didn't say anything. That Debbie is not smart or women ain't smart. I don't know. Let me see if I see anything on Trump going live. You know, what I didn't want to tell these people is U.S. bombs Iran. Trump speaking soon. Watch President Trump speak and national after U.S. strikes Iran. Here comes Vance. Vance meeting the Marines in Los Angeles amid widespread protests. Ooh, we got big heat coming. We got big heat coming this weekend. We got big heat coming this weekend. But one good thing, if it's true and they use nukes over there to get through them bunkers and hit them bunkers that had stored all them nuclear weapons, the weather is going to be changing real soon, folks. So be ready. I didn't do anything. What did you guys do wrong? Kel, what'd you do? Debbie, what'd you do? I don't know. It seems like you came into a, a healer's chat room and tried to hurt him or something or attack him or something. I'm not sure. It's holy macrimony. You made Miss Debbie disappear. No, I timed her out for 10 seconds. Now, she came in here talking all kinds of stuff that I don't think she's smart because she's a woman. I never said that. I don't know. Where is your Debbie? I didn't know she was yours. Can you take your Debbie home with you then, Valdez? I have no idea if she was yours. I really wish you would have a talk with her. I really do. Boy, look at how beautiful this blue sky is. Take a look at it, folks. It won't be lasting if it's true and they use nukes over there. Look at how calm it's getting. I imagine they probably did drop some big ones. I don't know if they were nukes. There was a lot of talk that the only way to get through that bunker was to drop some daisy cutters and then hit it with a nuke to get through. And they might have done that. It got really windy here uh, this afternoon. Um, and as you can see, it's calming down now. So, yes, a blast that big on the other side of the world, you eventually will feel the effects in America. And I keep trying to tell these people sound waves and radio waves travel around the whole earth. So, I don't know if there's, I don't know. Where is Debbie? I have no idea where your Debbie is. She's in chat. Wait a minute. She just messaged me. Let me see what she said. F you, Johnny. That's the message she sent me. I mean, you gotta love her for that. She's spunky. She's a spunky woman. That's what she sent me. F you, Johnny. And a giant finger. Baby, will you stop being in the war movies? That's all you've been thinking about today is war, war, war. Son, every second war. Sweetie, you just become too war struck. They brainwash her. That's all she's been talking about all day is this war. War, war, war. We're doing this, we're doing that. No, no. I don't care what you say, Johnny. I run this world. Boom, boom, boom. Just ornery today. I wonder if she had her coffee. Did you take your sinus pill at 2, Debbie? Debbie? Hello? She must be mad. She's not talking. We were just joking. I timed both of them out for 10 seconds. That's all I did. They were, they came into my chat trying to tell me everything I've been telling them for I don't know how long. Nobody wins in nuclear war. And what did they do? Let's hit them with a nuke. Unbelievable. Well, let's see. I'm looking for Trump. Trump's supposed to speak soon. I don't know. Want to see what's going on. Everybody, war, war, war. The United States enters war against Iran. We're screwed. We're screwed. Now he's letting everybody know we did it. That's why I don't like war with America because they can't keep anything quiet. It's like they come to us and they say, we want to dominate the sky. We can do that. But there's one thing what? You have to keep your mouth shut and not sell it to anybody. Oh, yeah. Can you do that? Can you let everybody know? Because, see, we didn't have to let anybody know we bombed Iran. If it wasn't for social media letting the world know that 2 stealth bombers left a base, no one would have known it was us. So Mr. President Trump is right. Our worst enemy is the United States of America's social media. Now he's got to go with it. Right. And like I said, this could have been all of Trump's plan to prove that social media causes more bullcrap than anything. And if that's the case, I'd laugh my butt off. I'd laugh my butt off. I would laugh my butt off if that was true. Astola, Asola. I don't know what they're talking about. I have no. He's already spoke. I don't know if he's already spoke. I had no idea. I don't know anything. I have no idea about anything. You guys know more than me. Debbie's mad because she knows more than me. She knows more about the war and inside because her family's military. So she's mad at me. Kelt's mad at me saying, what did you do to Debbie? I didn't do anything to Debbie. And now here comes Valdez. Where's my Debbie? And how dare you speak of my Debbie? And Otola, asshola, I'm out of here. I'm upset because this war stuff is preempting jeopardy. It's pre-attempting jeopardy. Now you might be right. I'll tell you what, it ain't over. People think you dropped a couple bombs, nukes, or whatever, and it's over. The whole Iran setup over there is designed for them to get hit with nukes. Why? Because they don't have any. So I don't think it's over. We can hope it's over. We can hope we did our job. And this might have been the best thing Trump did, right? This could have been the best thing Trump did. He went in front of Israel and said, "We are not putting boots on the ground, and we are not getting involved. What we will do is we'll drop a couple bombs for you, and we're out of there. It's up to you to do it." Right? And that could have been the best thing, right? We love Israel. We've been backing them for many, 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 many years. We've been doing a lot of stuff for Israel. Uh, but they have their own, they got a defense system. America don't. They have nukes over there, right? They know that. The world knows that. That's why Iran is so pissed, is because they're the only ones over there that don't have them. So this could go five different ways. Either Trump is trying to pull credit for hitting them, and it really was Israel, like some of these news reporters are saying that I watched just 30 minutes ago before I went live, or an hour ago, that it was Israel that actually did the bombings. Uh, or Trump did it and he cut a deal where that's it. We're not putting boots on the ground. We'll go over there. We'll get through that bunker and knock out their facilities, their nuclear facilities. But after that, that's it. We're out of there. And if that's the case, then good. I'm glad with that. I still would back Trump for that if he took out the nuclear devices and then was out of there. The bombers are coming home and we're done. Our mission is done for Israel. Or we're so deep into Israel that next step will be boots on the ground. And we hope that don't happen. Hold on, folks. I got a message from my great mod, Miss Debbie Fox. F you, Johnny. The president's live. All right. Let's see. Let me see where I'm looking. Come on. All right. I see it. The White House, Debbie. Hold on. Let me post this in chat, Debbie. Is this what you're watching? Fox Dallas Sport? Hold on, Debbie. I'm right here for you. Don't leave me, baby. It's okay. I love you. No, it's all right that you're more crazier than me. It's all right. Don't don't leave me this way, baby. Is that the channel you're watching, Debbie? It's almost over. What do you mean? There's your truth. F you, you sick. It ain't almost. It hasn't even started yet. Look at. It's Fox 4. It says right here: U.S. bombs Iran. President Trump to address nation after attack. And we're still waiting. Hold on, woman. Hold on a minute. Will you hold on, woman? Where? Oh my God. How dare you call me an idiot? I'm trying to find it. If you would post it in my chat where he's talking live president address. I'm watching, Debbie. Yahoo and team. Israeli military. All right, hold on. I didn't see anything, President Trump. I wish you would have let me in on that. I didn't see it. All right. All right, it's over with. So he went ahead and said that they did it. It could have never been done anywhere else. The greatest military in the world. And thank God we kept our mouth shut, right? Thank God we kept our mouth shut on that one. But I didn't see anything, President Trump. So I'm hoping, sir, that the Pentagon will go ahead and send me a feed of that because I didn't see any of it. Uh, not not one thing. But I can tell you this much, Mr. President Trump, you are telling the truth when social media is our worst thing. They let them know in advance, hey, two stealth bombers are leaving America. You know, you can't win a war that way. And I imagine Iran already knew that this was coming, so they were prepared. And once social media started releasing that two bombers were gone leaving, and you didn't say anything, so I think you're right about that, President Trump. That these people, social media can be our worst enemy when we are trying to do a surprise attack. And thank God some of us kept the radio silence. And God bless America. Well, hopefully it's over with. Hopefully he's right and it's over with. Hopefully we don't have to go in, put boots on the ground, right? We don't want to be sucked up into this. We're not, people think we're going to get rich out of this war. We're not going to get rich. Iran is still going to be there tomorrow morning. And they will probably maybe surrender or whatever, but that don't mean we own the country and we're going to take their oil. So who wins? Nobody. Nobody. We did Israel a favor. Let's just call it that, a favor. We took out the military defense of Iran. It was so-called military bunkers and that had uh, nuclear uh, material in to make nuclear bombs or whatever. And, you know, so I don't know. Well, hopefully it's over. Hopefully he's right and it's over with because we don't want to go any further. We don't want boots on the ground, right? Why are we always suffering in these wars? Why can't another country put boots on the ground? I'm upset because this war stuff is preempting jeopardy. Yeah. I don't know what's wrong or where Miss Fox is. She's claiming she's not allowed in my chat. She was only timed out for 10 seconds. I didn't see the bombings that she sent me. She just sent me a message. Will you get back in chat, Miss Fox, and quit doing this? I didn't see it, Miss Fox, because they jammed all the signals coming out of Iran. They jammed all the signals, all the videotapes, everything. They jammed everything. I can talk about it now, but they jammed everything over there. There is no footage that we can see. I haven't seen it yet because they jammed it. There was people going live as this supposedly was happening, but they couldn't get a feed because Israel and uh, United States said they jammed all the signals coming out of there. So I didn't see it. I didn't get to see it. Nah, well, do I think we should have did it? I don't know. I think we should have tried to make peace with them. Peace with Russia, peace with China. What do you guys think? You think the war is over with? That this is the last we'll see of Iran and we won't have to spend any more resources or anything? Thank God I kept my mouth shut and didn't go live with two stealth bombers were leaving America. Boy, it was all over the social media this afternoon. Two stealth bombers leaving the base. And no, no. So the whole world knew probably what was coming up. No, I don't know why they didn't get on the horn with America and tell call. I know Russia was saying call the war off because Russia wanted to come to the table with Iran and talk or something like that. But I don't know if this will make a big. I don't know if this will piss off other people and we'll go into nuclear war. But let me tell you what, nobody cares, right? Because our defense system ain't up yet. I think it was a bad call. But then again, I don't have the resources and intel like Trump, right? So I can't tell you if they had nuclear weapons or not. I would think if they did have nuclear weapons, they would have used them. Debbie Fox says they blocked her out of chat. She can't get back in the chat. That's what that's what she just sent me a message saying she can't get back in the chat. She's not allowed. It won't go in the chat. They probably blocked you, Deb. I don't know. I don't know why she can't get back in chat. She was only timed out for 10 seconds. I timed out Kelt. Kelt's back. What did I do? What did I do? You big meanie. Nothing. I was just joking. I timed you out for 10 minutes. You guys take this YouTube stuff way too serious. You didn't do nothing. You both came in here attacking me uh, with all this nonsense right away. And then Debbie came in and she started to type, Johnny's mad because I know more than him. yada, yada, yada. So I was just like, oh, yeah, watch this. And I timed them out for 10 seconds, both of them. And they still are so mad and so angry. What did I do? Nothing. Nothing. I just wanted to make sure that you folks knew who was in control of this channel. And that pissed them off even more. Oh, God. God bless America. Well, at least you know, Mr. Trump, that I'm not the one with the big mouth. Am I? No. I kept my mouth shut, went radio silence. Everybody's, are you going live? The whole world's coming to an end. No, no, I don't think I will be. But I'm going to have to rewatch that and see exactly what he said. And let's play it back again, Sam. Let me see what he said. Let me see if I can get that. It was a very short speech. Very short speech. Yo, Raising Cane. All right, so he gave him an alternative to surrender or whatever, come to the table and talk. Now it's up to Iran, right? I ran so far away, I couldn't get away. Ching, 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 chong, 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 ching, 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 chong, 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 chong. Well, we'll see. Hopefully it's over with. Hopefully Iran surrenders, but I doubt it. We've been through this before. But hopefully they do. Hopefully they come and make peace or whatever. So what they did was took out all the military or the nuclear uh, stuff plants where they were. Yeah, I wonder if they took out the nuclear energy plant that they had there. I wonder if they took that out too. If so, they're probably all in the dark and everything, right? So they would have to. I don't know. A lot of people saying that Iran hasn't been doing nothing but building underground, deep underground places. So you know, I don't know if they hit an above ground nuclear plant. Do they have another one underground? I don't know. I will be back later, Johnny. Hope you are on. Bye for now. I'll probably be. What time is it? I probably will be on later. Maybe have a fire or something, Joe. Maybe play some guitar. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm done with the war stuff. My God, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Well, hopefully this don't start World War III. Yes, Kelk. Have a good night. Excuse me. I'm probably gonna end this video, touch base, and see what's really going on, and we'll see. We'll see. We'll be back later with a fire. I want to thank all you people for stopping in. Miss Debbie Fox, I don't know why you can't be in chat. It just says right there I timed you out for 10 seconds. That was it. So hopefully you're in chat later on. And I don't have a problem with women being smarter than me or knowing more than me. I love women. I'm sorry. I never said that. I don't know where she's getting that from. I'm not mad because you know more about me or know more about war or whatever. Not at all. Sometimes I just like to push your buttons because you get all upset and red in the face and mad for no reason, for stupid stuff. But, oh, well, who cares? Right? Who cares? You folks have a good night. God bless. All glory goes to God. Amen. And phew, hopefully tomorrow's a different day. You folks have a good night.